I'm Manning Doughty, Station Manager at Mullengudgery Station at Nyngan, New South Wales. We run a commercial merino sheep enterprise and a stud sheep enterprise along with cattle. We were looking for a supplier of a new set of sheep yards for here at the station. We quoted around the country and Arrowquip came up with a sort of leader in quality and materials. Considering the current economic climate with struggling to get supply of materials, Arrowquip were very good. They were very efficient in getting the gear here and we were able to get the yards installed in a pretty quick time comparative to other companies. The old yard's very labour intensive. It just takes a long time to get a mob of sheep from one end to the other. They're also a bit harder on the stock. So far, the yards have been really good. First mob of sheep, we just had all the gates open through the yards from the back gate right around to the draft. And before the last sheep had walked into the yards, the first sheep was up behind the draft with very little effort. One stock person and a couple of dogs will handle the yards very easily. Elements of the yards that I wasn't sure about on the design, whether the sheep would run, and sometimes you wonder if they'll run through the draft or run up the race. 9 times out of 10 it seems to work, as it should. Yeah, as I said, installation was pretty quick. Stu and his team, they specialise in installing Arrowquip yards, so they know the product. There were things that they saw that they wanted changed. It was a very easy process. I had Zoom meetings with Lee and Alana from Arrowquip and a yard designer, and it went from there. I had a few things in mind that we wanted included in the yards, specific to our operation, like a classing race and things like that. There were a couple of designs and we were able to just pick one. When we unloaded the truck of all the gear for the yards, straight away you could see that everything was made pretty tough. Big heavy hinges on the gates, good catches and good heavy rail, nice and high, good big heavy duty panels. A lot of confidence in the product. We had a couple of little yards that we wanted changed and some gateways that we wanted put in and some things changed around in a matter of a couple of phone calls and then a follow-up phone call from Arrowquip once they'd worked out what gear was needed, and it's all been smooth sailing. I'd like to think with the quality of materials we'd get, maybe 30 years without too many serious repairs. There are things that'll wear out and things that'll bend and chains that'll break. That's all normal. That's just wear and tear. I'd like to think that 80 years' time we'll be pulling these yards out and putting a new set in. A few things that we learnt was trust the designers. They do know what they're doing, but also make sure you check through everything and make sure you're happy with the design before it comes out. We were, and it's been only very minimal changes that we've made on site. We've got a feed into can be a sheep handler, a weigh crate or a scanning box. It's a dual feed so that several sheep can be lined up ready to run in. It feeds off the bugle. It's just like a draft, but it can be used automatically. So in the first week of using the new yards, we scanned all our entire stud flock through the yards. They flowed all day. It made it a very easy day with sort of 2 or 3 staff and the person in the scanning box. The wet sheep could then run around and be shorn, and the dry sheep were put out into another pen for later.